Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Good morning. Sorry for the slight delay. I was engrossed in editing the Ultragenics video which I recorded this morning. So a little bit of a delay, but no harm done. We're all here and I can see that our live stream is going strong. So welcome. Today is the 25th of November 2025 and we are going to start by looking at S&P 500, which is down 0.05% in pre-market trades. And we can see that we have broken out on the upside of the bullish pennant, which is what is the highest probability for a bullish pennant to break out on the upside. But because of the fact that we broke down on the lower side and then retraced it back, the probability was that we may probably come back down again after hitting the upper bound of the diagonal out here. But we are up there. The key issue now is to validate this diagonal line of resistance as a diagonal line of support, which means that today not only do we have to close above this, which should be around 6,710 for this morning. Not only do we have to close above this in the S&P 500 futures, but once the candle is complete, hi hot dog, thanks for joining. Once the candle is complete, we have to have the next day's candle above that. That's the only thing that can confirm this diagonal. So it's not yet clear that we are going to break out. Remember, there are so many things in the play. The enthusiasm right now is attributed to higher possibility of a rate cut. But friends, why does a rate cut have to happen? It has to happen because the economy is in a tough position. And that should not be a reason for the stocks to go up. This is just the easy money part of it. So that begs the question, if interest rate reduction is a temporary motivator, then what happens after the motivation is over? Is the AI circular investment bubble going to be over? I think not, because trillions have been invested and OpenAI better show the revenue because they are making huge losses and their investment projections are disproportionate to their income. And tied to OpenAI is NVDA, AMD, and also Microsoft, other companies which have put money into it. And of course, then you have CoreWeave, where NVIDIA has put a lot of money. I think its investment into CoreWeave in terms of not only the cash that it has given, but also the promise to buy unutilized data center capacity, all of that could actually suck the lifeblood out of the market. We have similar deals between AMD and OpenAI, and now Anthropic has had some dealings like this. So all in all, that thing is not going away. Next, we still don't have any resolution for the tariffs. Even if the government starts cutting off tariffs stealthily in some parts here and there, it's not a full solution. The uncertainty still remains. Several sectors of the market still suffer. The China-US tariff issue is not yet over. All of these things need to be resolved. And now we have a whole lot of other political things that are happening, which is creating a lot of uncertainty around the midterms. So I think that there is a lot of headwinds out there. There may be a little bit of a bounce up here, but I don't think this is the real deal. And also, I think for holidays, most of the big players might be away. And I'm more or less seeing a sideways movement until December when the rate cut comes in. And after the rate cut, what next, right? Are we going into a situation of buy the rumor and sell the news? In which case, after the rate cut is announced, the market should fall, assuming we start going up now until December. So those are all the thoughts that I have in my mind. And remember, we have a head and shoulder pattern which has got a target, which is at around 6,226.25. That is not yet over. So that's what I would like to give as a message. Now let's look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ also the same story, so I won't repeat it again. But we got stopped by this diagonal line of resistance. And the question is, are we going to be able to break through above that? It's a confirmed resistance, so we are falling down again, back again. If you look at the S&P 500, this was a confirmed resistance, so it's not yet become a support. There's a good probability that we may come back down and break down below these two lines and end up getting actual support at 6,619.25. So let me just change the colors of these things so that we can see what it is that we are looking. I'm going to leave this red because it's not a confirmed support. Pre-market, we are already here in the futures, but once the market opens, the futures are also likely to change. We are just negative 0.04. We could either go a little bit into the positive and then come back. Maybe I'm visualizing a wick out here, a red candle with a long wick. That's what I'm looking at, a long wick on the top. Likewise for Nasdaq, you see that the market sentiment is still bearish, MACD is still bearish, momentum is below average. Dollar index is also a little bit weaker out here, but this looks like a bull flag to me. So I would not make any judgments yet because it can always break out on the upside. VIX is down 1.85% in pre-market trades. This is a very positive indication that the indices are likely to recover. We are still above 20, and once we come below 20, I will say that the markets are all placid and it's all pacific and things are going to be better. But as long as we are above 20, even if marginally, I would say that the volatility is a bit too high. Let us look at gold, which has broken out of the bullish pennant, and it has got resistance today at around 4,166.45, and it will get support at around 4,112.756. I'm going to mark this green. Of course, this is not a confirmed support. Yesterday we closed above, so today we have to close at yesterday's closing or above that. That's what will give us a confirmation out here. I would peg that at 4,134.97. So if we close above 4,134.97, I would say that this diagonal line of support has been confirmed as a support. And then we have to break out from this line of resistance of the parallel channel and confirm above that. And also you can see here a little bit of, I'm not really confident about this, so please don't take it to the bank. But I would say that, let me see where I have a drawing tool. The drawing tool is out here, arc. So if I was to look at an arc out here, I would like to see a cup and handle pattern. Of course, it's not like textbook, so I'm not going to draw that. But I think I feel a little bit bullish even in the short term for gold. The big risk was out here inside the pennant, and I think it's getting resolved if we confirm this diagonal line of support as a support. And in which case, I would like us to test the previous highs of 4,359 and 4,375 respectively. And once we do that and build a base there, then we can move up further. Because at the end of the day, easy money policy is coming back, not only in Japan, but also in US. So that's what I'm thinking. Mildly bullish to neutral is what the put call ratio is looking like. Let's go on to let's go on to the indicators just quickly. We'll plot out the resistance and support. I think for today, the resistance is going to be somewhere around 6,727.23. And the support is likely to be 6,704.91. And if we were able to break into this diagonal line of resistance of the parallel channel, then I would look for the next candle the next day and see what it does. If it closes above today's candle within the parallel channel, then it will be a confirmation that we are firmly into the parallel channel, and then the middle of the parallel channel become the next target to look at as resistance, and so on and so forth. That's the game plan, and we get a piece of the puzzle every day and we put them together. But the most important thing is market sentiment is absolutely bearish, MACD is still bearish, and momentum is just at average, approaching from below. Now let's look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is also looking like it's got a chance to break out of this parallel channel. So for today, the resistance is going to be around 25,103.82. If we break out above this, then the resistance is at 25,210.03. Of course, we have to confirm all of these once we break out. And this is a confirmed resistance now. This diagonal line of resistance is a confirmed resistance, which means the probability of us pushing back down from there is much higher than cutting through it. So anything can happen in the markets, but that's the way I look at it. Again, market sentiment bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is just at just below average, approaching from below. QQQ is looking slightly negative. It is down 0.08% in pre-market trades. It will definitely get strong support at 603.89. We are at 604.69. And if I was to pull out this line of support, 604.82, that's another line of support. Let me just pull it, 604.82. I'll keep it out here. So you can see yesterday we just hit that and we came back down. So this had acted as a resistance. But for today, it's going to be a mild support. We are just on top of it right now. So I'll leave it as it is. I would say that if we broke down from this parallel channel, the next support for us is going to be 595.33. And of course, then we have to confirm that parallel line of the parallel channel as a resistance. Good morning, Inf. Thanks for joining us. We have MACD, which is bearish, and we have market sentiment, which is bearish. Momentum is also below average, approaching from below. And remember, we have a head and shoulder target of around 542.71. That is still in play. So all of these factors do matter. So I'm thinking that today, probably we might give a little of the gains. And if I was just saying that we could probably move parallel until the interest rate decision comes in. And what after the interest rate decision? Because AI bubble issues are not resolved, tariff issues are not resolved, and all of those things are still at play, including the war in the Ukraine-Russia area, as well as the Middle East. All of those things continue. China tariffs still going on. The rare earth issue can come up again. And exports to China is another factor we have to watch, because Trump may like to juice up the economy. So he would say that I'm opening up chip sales to China, and that can boost NVDA. Then 7 companies account for a bulk of the index, and it can pull the index up. As we approach the midterms, all these optics becomes important for Trump, so he can continue pulling rabbits out of his hat. And so those things also we have to account for. That's what makes it much more of a bullish market with the upside bias artificially, as compared to what the reality is on like. Hi blogs, thanks for joining. So that's the thing that we have to look at. If we are a bearish person like me, I'm wary about what Trump could do. Trump could pull up a whole lot of rabbits. He could send out Besant to talk about something, Lutnick to talk about something, and he could drop a news that, chip restriction on China has been removed, or we are very close to a trade deal, and that will again pick up the market. There's a long way from here to the midterms, so we should expect a lot of volatility and upward movement, and then movement back down when all those things get dashed. So that's what I'm looking at. Now let's go on right to the AI section and look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is down 4.39% in pre-market trades. Friends, we have the head and shoulder pattern that we have to reckon with. And we had drawn the neckline out here at 179.89. For today, that neckline is at 180.00. And right now, the price is at 174.53 in pre-market. So we have clearly breached the neckline. We could not confirm under the neckline yesterday. But today, if we confirm under the neckline, then I think we would be firmly into the trajectory of the head and shoulders. So let me just put a target for you to show how low NVIDIA can go. Again, remember, this is my personal opinion using my limited understanding of technical analysis as a retail investor. I want to share this with you and get your feedback, guys. Ultimately, we are an investor channel trying to crowdsource investment ideas, trade ideas, and market intelligence. So feel free to contribute. We are looking at a target of 146.58 for NVIDIA on the downside. That doesn't mean that it's going to come all the way down here, but it could definitely come out here, or it could move out up above again before it comes here. Anything can happen in the market. Trump can say tomorrow that we are exporting to China, restrictions are removed, then the whole sector will bounce. I would like to attract your attention to another aspect out here. There was a gap up. So we are coming very close to the gap up. So if you take this intersection at 146.06 and potentially look at the other end, 148.98. So I would say loosely, we would have a downward target of 149.21 all the way up to 146.69. That's the region in which I'm putting a ballpark for NVIDIA if we continue going down. Remember, market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is also below average. We'd have a little bit of a dividend coming in that is just 1 cent, not enough to move the stock price or retain anything. So dividend is a non-issue in this, in case of this stock. So I'm thinking that, yeah, the circular AI investment issue is also there. So unless Trump pulls a rabbit from his hat, we are looking at this target. Meta is again up 1.42% in pre-market trades. It has given up significant value. As I said yesterday, my friends, we could look at a consolidation. And today, apart from the consolidation, we are looking at a move up. So I'll be on the watch out for further patterns forming out here. In all probability, we might end up getting a red candle today for NVIDIA. I'm not saying that we are going to close below 597 and be red for today, but we may still end up with a gain for Meta at the end of the day, but we may have a red candle that ends above 598.32. That's a distinct possibility. Why? Because we have had a dead cat bounce. Market sentiment is extremely bearish. MACD is bearish, but just turned on to the bullish side, but momentum is still quite weak. So if NVIDIA continues to go down, it's going to rub off on Meta by the end of the day. So we are not going to have spectacular gains. I do not think that we are going to challenge 651.01 unless some news comes from the White House about the chip deals. Next, we look at Google, which is a very strong contender. It's going from bounce to bounce, but I think it has gone up significantly. There is an irregular price movement. Gap up is there. And today, if we open at the levels that we are, that will be another further gap up. Regardless of however strong the market sentiment and everything is, if NVIDIA is weak, then that's going to have some kind of a psychological impact on all the stocks. And even though I have been very bullish on Google and that Gemini 3 is great, Warren Buffett has logged off a whole lot of stocks. That's also a positive because there is less stocks in the market comparatively. So given all of those things, right, there is still a limit. We are approaching the RSI resistance of 87.92. As we approach that, I think a consolidation is in order, and we could also give up some gains. Today, we may potentially end up above 318.60, but it will end up being a red candle. That's my prediction out there. And also, in the past, we said Google had better metrics than the Mag 7. It was lagging behind. It has invested money in advance on AI without spoiling its ratios, and therefore it's a better bet. That still stands, but with every passing day and with every increase in the share price, that advantage starts dwindling and Google becomes more or less valued like the Mag 7s. So that's what we have to keep in mind. Next, Amazon. Amazon is up 0.26% and it will get support today at around 222.93. Right now it's at 226.87. So I'm going to mark this green. And for us to confirm this as a support, what we need to do is we need to close above 227.35. If we closed above 227.35, this is a confirmed support. Otherwise, it's in a neutral area because we did come down and we confirmed the resistance of around 223.06 with this red candle, but we have not yet confirmed this as a support. So we need to do that. Otherwise, I would say that we have a good potential of falling down below this. So I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon ends up below 223.19 today. And we look at Apple. Apple is down 0.59% in pre-market trade. It will get support at 267.52. And let's go on and have a look at the market sentiment, which is bearish. MACD is struggling to go to the positive side. Momentum is pretty strong. So that's the only positive going on for Apple. The other positive, if you want to look at it, is that we have a bull flag out here. Okay, let's not treat Apple unfairly. So this is a flagpole and this is the bull flag that we have out here. Let's mark this red. So let's mark this red. So for today, I'll say a resistance is there at 275.66. And friends, as you know, bull flags always break out on the upside. So if we did break out today on the upside, today is the biggest chance for us to break out on the upside because we are opening very close to the resistance of 275.93. If we did break out and confirm this diagonal line of resistance as a line of support, then I can definitely lift this flagpole from here and put it up here and give you a new target for Apple. Let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft is down 0.55. Microsoft is a little bit in the weeds, and the support of 473.62 has now become a resistance for today, but it's not a confirmed resistance. So I would like to see us confirm that as a resistance by closing below and creating another candle the following day below the candle for today. That's what I'm looking for. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is wildly bearish. We have had a dead cat bounce. Potentially we could have a green candle but still end up below 473.62. It could be a doji candle, a little bit of indecision out there what to do. But remember, we are still under the spell of the head and shoulder pattern, which tells us that we could have a target of 443.19. Tesla is up 0.15. Guys, I have a perma bear on Tesla, and I think our resistance at 412.45 has not been validated yet. So it is still a resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a red candle and if we come below 412.80 again today. Remember, we have a double top target of around 351.22. I am still rooting for that. I do not see any bullish catalyst out here at this point of time. Let me also pull this neckline out here, which I think should also act as a resistance, and it did act as a resistance in the past, and our green candle from yesterday closed down below that. And for today, we are just on top of it at 418.74. We are at 418.67 or 418.80 as we speak. So if we open above this, it's not a confirmed support. So it's a confirmed resistance at this point of time. So our chances of staying above this is a bit slim. That's what I would say, unless there is some positive news. Oracle is down 1.19%. The debt equity ratio of Oracle is the main concern. We are trying to do some kind of a consolidation. We attempted that above, but we fell down, and we have good support at 196.32. But if we come and test this again, I would start getting worried that we have a chance of breaking down from there. So for today, I think a support of 196.32 should work. Right now we are at 197.93. Market sentiment is absolutely bearish. MACD is also bearish, but tending towards the signal line. We are getting some dead cat bounce out here. We are at the very bottom of the RSI scale. So I'm thinking that we will withstand this support of 196.32 and potentially stay above that. AMD is down 5.90%. Advanced Micro saw strong gains on Monday, etc. That doesn't make any sense for me for why it's down today. NVDA stock is under pressure as Alphabet's Gemini 3 chat box using faster and cheaper TPU raises concern about future demand for NVIDIA's GPU in the AI market. That makes sense, my friends. That could be a catalyst, a negative catalyst for AMD as well as for NVIDIA. So you got to look at that, and that actually gives more strength to Alphabet, and I think Alphabet will be much stronger today with that reason. SMCI is down 2.31%, and we have got a resistance at 34.19. Friends, in the AI sector, GPUs, NVIDIA's strength is because it's got a general purpose for inference as well as for learning and everything. Whereas there are specialized chips that are being made, especially in China, it's more specialized chips for inference. And Broadcom and others do specialized chips for specific areas of AI, and that's where they have got their strength. And with Google coming in very strong with their tensor processing units, I think Google is going to steal a march over everybody. Sundar Pichai, I think, has positioned the company in a very strong situation. I think we are seeing a trend change. I would like to get more bullish on Google. But at the same time, we have this circular AI investment, the halo effect. The delta of the overall market will definitely be felt by Google. But if there was any market downturn, my first target for dollar cost averaging would be to buy Google. That's my personal opinion. Again, I would like to hear from you guys what you think. Broadcom is up 4.46%, and it's been going up on strong AI revenue growth of 63% in Q3. It's kind of consolidating and forming a base out here. In terms of chart patterns, I'm not seeing any major patterns out here which could excite me to say that it is bullish. So whatever is happening here is all based on sentiments. I would like to see bullish pennant develop out here in which case I can say that we have a bullish pattern and then I can put out a target for that. So in all probability, I'm looking at a red candle here, unless there is a positive catalyst news that I'm missing. We have a resistance at around 386.44, which we have broken out of in the pre-market session. So let us see how this turns out. Next, let us look at Palantir, which is down 1.12%. We have a resistance at 160.58, which is still going to play the role of a resistance. And right now we are at 160.50. So if we break above this, then this will become a support, and our resistance is going to be initially at around 172.18, and then our resistance for today is going to be at 173.47. But I don't see those things happening because market sentiment is absolutely bearish. MACD is also bearish, though tending towards the signal line. Momentum is also pretty weak and below average. So we can't take this to the bank. We are looking at a little bit of red candle out here and falling back below the resistance of 160.58. SMH, the semiconductor ETF, is down 0.65% in pre-market trades. It will still get some amount of support at 334.47, which is this line of support out here. It was earlier a confirmed resistance, so I'm thinking that it has not yet confirmed as a support. So unless we close above 340.38 today, this is an unconfirmed support. So the chances of us breaking down below this is much higher than us bouncing back up. So that's what I would say for SMH. And where SMH goes, everyone will go. Hot Dog is saying Broadcom to benefit further from the new deal between Google and Meta. I didn't know about that. So yeah, that makes sense. So Broadcom should be doing much better. So let us take a relook at Broadcom, and then in that case, I would say that we should form some kind of a consolidation pattern out here. We can't just do a gap up, because gap ups will always need a gap fill to happen. So right now our gap up is significant. So I would like to see some kind of a consolidation in a range of 378.35 and probably 394.07 or 395 to build a base from where we can move up in tandem with Google or Alphabet. Let's go on to Tempus AI, which is up 1.14% in pre-market trades. Tempus is starting to look decent right now. However, the main concern is that the market sentiment is still bearish. It's improving a little bit. MACD has improved, but it is too early to say anything. I would like to see a bullish pennant form out here or a bull flag form out here, a few more days of candles before I call anything on this. Then let's go on and have a look at our genomic sector. Let's go to genomics. Let's look at Prime. Prime is up 1.06% in pre-market trades, but we have a resistance at 3.87. Right now we're at 3.83. Our first order of business is to break through this resistance. I'm not sure if we can. It's a confirmed resistance. So we are looking at a support at around 3.59. And if we manage to stay above 3.59, that would be a good outcome for Prime. Our market sentiment is bearish. MACD is just turned bullish, and momentum is way below average. So I'm not confident of Prime at this stage. Intelia is up 0.84% in pre-market trades. It's some kind of consolidation happening out here. I'm happy to see that happen, but I want to see market sentiment become neutral at the very least. That has not happened. But one promising thing is that MACD is also neutral, tending towards the bullish side. Momentum is way low. RSI is way low. So we can't guarantee anything for Intelia. Caribou Biosciences is down 1.07%. We have a resistance at 1.85. Pre-market price is also at 1.85. I would like us to break above 1.85 and consolidate above 1.85 to arrest this steep drop that we are having. And I think unless that happens, we are going to be bearish. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is also bearish. Momentum is also below average. So I am wondering if we are going to be able to consolidate above 1.85, or are we going to take the opportunity to consolidate just below 1.85, build up strength and a platform based on which we can confidently go above 1.85. It will take time. I have Caribou in my portfolio. It's in a loss. I'm waiting for it to improve. Not a very bad company, but we had to be careful with these startups. Beam Therapeutics is up 1.06%. Again, out here, I want to see a bullish pennant form. I want to see a bull flag form, some bullish pattern. Otherwise, I think we are in a bearish setup. This topping tail out here is still in command, and we are forming a bear flag at the most. So I want to see us having some consolidation out here. Momentum above average gives me a little bit of confidence that consolidation is likely to happen. MACD bullish is also giving me some kind of a feeling that consolidation is likely to happen, but the bearish market sentiment has got to improve. It's improving a little bit, but not enough yet. Altimmune is up 0.20%. I still have Altimmune with me. Half of Altimmune I already took profits. The other half is in a loss-making situation right now, but I'm holding on with it. I'm still confident about Altimmune. It's on a gentle bull channel, which continues to manifest itself. On top of it is also built up a support at 4.41. So these are all positives, and we saw a bull flag breakout, and we are come out here. So if I was to look at this as a bull flag, of course 2 or 3 candles do not make a bull flag, but I'm using this as a thought exercise, and I'm saying that the bull flag broke out here. So our resistance out here at 5.32 is our major test, and we have to break out above that. Once we break out above that, then I would be looking for consolidation to happen, and that consolidation will be a springboard for further growth. So those are all speculative. Right now, the chart is saying that 5.32 is as high as you can go with what we see here, and that's what I'll anticipate for Altimmune. Then we look at Editas. So if we check out Editas, we are looking at a gain of 1.60% in pre-market trades, but I still think that the chart is looking bearish to me. Let's look at Illumina. I think we had in saying that there is a cup and handle pattern for Illumina. I wouldn't write it off totally because we have not gone below the bottom of the cup and handle pattern. So the cup and handle pattern is still alive, and this is a bull flag which has broken out. So if we want to put a target out here, I would peg the target at, let me take this out from here, change the color to a yellowish color so that it stands out, and I would put it out at the breakout point. I would say that we have a target for Illumina at 151.66. Am I going to put money into Illumina right now? No, because there's a market delta also I want to look at. So personally, from my risk profile perspective, I'm not going to put money in that. But we have a resistance coming up at around 130.18 or 129.97 today. So if we break out above that, then I would be interested. I'd also like to see us follow some bullish pattern, maybe a bull flag or a bullish pennant or something like that, and that can give me a confidence that we are breaking out on the upside. Overall, everything, market sentiment and everything is going in favor of us moving towards the bull flag target of 151.59 for Illumina. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 0.66%. It's very important for CRISPR to do a bit of a consolidation out here, or else we are on the downward trajectory. We are in a bear channel. So we need to have some bullish catalyst out here, or at least some consolidation out here before we can say that we are arresting the bear channel. Our market sentiment is continuing to be bearish. We have MACD, which is still bearish. Momentum is also below average. So I'm rooting for CRISPR Therapeutics based on fundamentals for it to form some kind of a support. So I'm going to put a minor line of support out here at 48.37. I would say 48.37 should form the support, and 51.75 should form the resistance, and we should consolidate between these two channels, form a basis so that we can go up from here. Allogene is flat in pre-market trades. It has got a resistance at 1.35, and it stopped yesterday exactly at 1.35. The head and shoulder pattern has a target. The reverse head and shoulder pattern has a target of 1.50 for Allogene. Let us see what happens today. Grail is down 1.26% in pre-market trades. We have a target here of, we don't have a target as such, but we have had this huge green candle go up here. We had a topping tail which has been extinguished, so no longer a bearish catalyst out here. But then I'm looking at this bull flag which has been broken out of. So if we were to consider everything from here as a bull flag, then I think the breakout should take us to somewhere around 116.40. We are already at 110.92. So our target, I would say, I would put the target line out here at 115.87. The morning we are opening negative. That does not fill me with confidence, but you don't have to go straight all the way up to 115.34. You could form a bullish pennant or a bullish consolidation and then move upward. So I wouldn't give up on Grail because Grail still has a bullish market sentiment, bullish MACD, plenty of room on the RSI, momentum is elevated. So I say a target of 115.20 is still warranted. PSEB is down 1.20%. We have this diagonal line of support, which is going to provide support for today. But for us to confirm this line of support, we have to close above 2.52 today. ARCG is up 0.53% in pre-market trades. We had the head and shoulder pattern, which gave us a target. I think we are out of the influence of the head and shoulder pattern at this point of time. We have support today at 29.09. I'm looking at some kind of a consolidation today for ARCG. Vertex is down 0.01%, but I would look forward to a consolidation for Vertex. I'm going to take the opportunity to draw a diagonal line of support and adjust it, fine tune it. So this is the diagonal line of support, and I would like to see us close above 423.79 today. If we close above 423.79 today, sorry, 424.39 today, then I would say that we still are having a support from this diagonal line of support. So today is a very critical day for Vertex. Ginkgo Bioworks is up 1.68%. I would look forward to some consolidation out here. There's a gap down to be filled up, and we have a resistance at 9.39. Overall, market sentiment, MACD, everything is bearish for Ginkgo Bioworks. Potentially a red candle. I will take that as long as we are creating a consolidation pattern out here. And then let's look at Precision. Precision is not having any trade in the pre-market session, but it has got a support at 3.64. I would count on that support to hold for us today. And I'm looking at Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly is down 0.29%. It's going to create a consolidation pattern out here. It can't just go up straight. We had a bull flag breakout, and then we have a target for the bull flag, which is quite high. Let me just draw the target for you. The target is at 1001.56. So that's our resistance for today, and that's also going to be a target for today. We are working out towards that. Towards that, we could probably create bull flags and bullish pennants and then move up. It cannot be a straight move upwards, however good the company is. There's bound to be a few red candles thrown in between here and there. Next, I would like to look at Ultragenics. I just finished editing a video for Ultragenics. I'll be uploading it later today. Watch out for that video. We have no trades for Ultragenics pre-market, but I think Ultragenics, I'm a bit bullish on that. I'm going to explain my bullish thesis in my video, so I won't talk too much about it, but it's very critical for Ultragenics to close above 33.02 today because that's our line of support. And if we don't do that, then I think we'll have to wait and see what kind of patterns develop and then try to come up with some rationale for how the price will move. Right now, I was thinking that this particular move upward was a bull flag. So this is what I was looking forward to. I was thinking of this as a bull flag and then taking a breakout out here and looking at a target of 37.12. I didn't put it out there because I wanted to see us stabilize above this diagonal line of support, and we have not done that today, so I won't put the target out there. But once we confirm the support of this diagonal line by closing above 33.75 today, if we manage to do that today, then I'll put a target out there. Otherwise, we are still in flux. So that's all I have there for genomics. I'm going to go and have a look at the currencies. Bitcoin is down 1.33% in pre-market trades. It's just mirroring the indices. We have a resistance at 87,452 for today, and I want to see us break above that resistance and confirm above that. PPI coming in hot. Oh, okay, I'll go and check it out. Then we are looking at Ethereum, which is also negative, and it has got a resistance at 2,996.44. So we had to break out above that resistance. We have some support at 2,672 for Ethereum, and XRP is also negative. We have managed to go above yesterday with a big candle day before yesterday, but today we are struggling. We have to confirm our support of 2.146 and 2.125. We can do that by closing above 2.286, and if we don't do that, then this support, I'm just going to mark this as support because we are above it. This support is not a confirmed support, so if we come to this level, we can easily break down. There is no guarantee that we are going to bounce back from that. So that's what I would say. Yeah, that's about it, friends. And if you have any other market intelligence, please let me know. If PPI comes in hot, then I think the rate cut bets will go down, and you can see the markets come down equally. Let's just go and have a look at futures before we close out. Let's go to the futures. Where are the futures? S&P 500 futures is slightly positive out here. Yeah, let's see what happens when the market opens. That's what I would say. Just before we go, let me go into the 3-minute time frame and recalibrate both of these charts. So we have a little bit of positive activity out here. We'll have to see whether it translates into something persistent. Yeah, we are back into the negative out here. So it's anyone's game. I want to go and have my breakfast, friends. So I'm going to break out this session. I'm going to say that let me put this into a 1 day and wait for the original prediction that I did to come through. Are we going to stay above the diagonal line of support, which is unconfirmed support for today, which is going to be at 6,706.75, a very strong support because it's also joining up with this diagonal line of support at 6,703.00. If we break down below this level, then I think it's going to be bad for the S&P 500, and Nasdaq also is down 0.17. Yeah, so that's about it, my friends. It's iffy today. Thanks, Hot Dog. Thanks for joining. Thanks, In, for joining, and anyone else who joined us. I'll catch up with you again in the next session. Bye for now.